All right, good afternoon, and welcome back to Tips from Elaine's Desk. Elaine Proby here, CEO of Proby's Tax and Accounting, and Tips from Elaine's Desk. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Rod, thanks for jumping in here. How are you doing? How's everyone doing out there? Guys, today's conversation is going to be really quick, and it's going to be just very exciting because everyone is in this mood. It's about gift giving for your business, and this is great, so you don't have to do a whole lot of thinking about it. We're going to talk about 3 tips for good holiday gift giving from you as a business owner, right? We're going to make this nice and sweet. And for the most part, giving gifts, of course, is an expression. It shows appreciation, which is really very good. Some businesses, they usually have, sometimes they don't give individual gifts to the employees. Sometimes they have Christmas parties, Christmas outings. They do different things to show their appreciation, which is great. However, some of the simplest form of gift giving is just by simply giving something to, say, each employee or each individual, if in fact you don't do one of these Christmas parties, gatherings, and anything else like that. So you can show your appreciation in so many ways, right? So we want to make it very easy and very simple for the businesses to be able to accomplish this mission without too much stress. And the first point I want to make today, guys, is about budgeting for your gifts. Now, this is a deal. For the most part, you always have to have a budget set up in your business. And part of that budget, just like you have your advertising budget, you know, your marketing budget, traveling budget, all that stuff, you want to have a budget set aside for gifts. And if you have that in your budget from now, and you start at the top of the year, by the end of the year, when it's time to give gifts, it's not a big deal. You already have money set aside for these gifts, right? So you can already determine what you're going to do, how many gifts you can afford to give, because of course there is a budget there. Sometimes gifts can be given, of course, not only to the employees. Some businesses give gifts also to their customers, their clients as well. So if you have enough money in that budget set aside, each year you revisit it and make sure that you replenish it so that you can have some money set aside and it does not interfere with your normal cash flow. Very important, okay? It's just like as a person, sometimes we set aside money, everyone put a little something aside, and when it comes to gift giving and Christmas time, you go to your little holiday savings and you spend that money. Don't interfere with your regular flow of things. Your monthly expenses does not even get touched. And so this is a great way to do it. So you're very comfortable when you're shopping and giving these gifts. Same with the businesses. If the budget is already there, you can just know exactly how much money you can spend and how much you can give to each person. So make sure that those gifts, very important, is very nominal. You don't want to be extravagant because you have to be careful. You don't want to show favoritism. You don't want to show any conflict of interest in any way, shape, or form. So you want to make sure gifts are very nominal. Nothing over the top to any one individual for any reason. Make sure that things are pretty evenly spread out across the board. Very important as a business owner because you don't want to create any conflict whatsoever, okay? So those are 2 major points in terms of budgeting for your gifts as a business owner. So at the end of the year, again, which is a time of giving and showing appreciation, you have that money set aside and you can give those gifts and it does not interfere with your regular cash flow. Okay, so that's my first point today. Hey, Rod, thanks for jumping in. How you doing? Hello, sis. Risha Utah Smith, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi, how are you? Cognac, hi, mom. Hey, daughter. Hey, Michelle Smith, how are you guys doing? Thanks for jumping in here. Hit like and share this video. Very important. This is very, very, very exciting. 3 steps to great holiday gift giving for business owners. And of course, you know, this is really great because people, it doesn't matter how minimal it is. A lot of people do appreciate gift, and the appreciation, the whole meaning of it is what's worth it more so than the dollars itself. Correct? Everybody agree with me on that one? Beautiful. All right. So let's move into our second point today. And the second point is going to give some selective, appropriate gifts ideas. This is what we want to talk about here because a lot of times, okay, what is it that you want to give as a gift? And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm always struggling with that. What do you give for a gift? What's appropriate? What type of gift? I mean, and then there's always, because there's limits on these dollars, you know, what is really cool that you can give a person? So there are certain types of gifts that's really great. Like, for instance, first one I want to mention is giving someone an experience. Now, this is really cool because you give someone an experience, like let's say concert tickets, tickets to movies, restaurant gift cards, things like that. A lot of times we don't normally spend enough money on ourselves for these things. So you say, oh no, I don't have to go to that concert. That's some extra money I don't need to spend. So a lot of times we put off some of these things and don't do them for ourselves. But if you get a gift card or someone gives you some tickets to go to the concert or to a show of some sort, you'll show up. So that's an excellent gift. A gift, let's say a gift certificate to a spa. How many times do you just pass over that process and say, oh, well, maybe next month I'll go, a month after next? You really don't put enough emphasis on it for yourself. But if someone do give you a gift card, someone give you tickets to go to these things, you will go. So those are great gifts to give folks because it make you do something that you may not do enough for yourself, right? So that's an excellent gift idea. Other things that you could do is, there are a lot of people who are readers. I mean, I've got readers in my family. There's so many people who are readers. And you can give people who are readers, you could give them books by their favorite artists. You could give them, subscription to different magazines, to different things. They love this kind of stuff. They have these ebooks subscription to bookstores. You could give them this kind of stuff and they love this kind of stuff. There's so many people who give books and stuff like that to people who read knowledge, information, and they're always doing this. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people find self comfort and peace in reading. So that's a good gift for people like that's a good gift for people like that. I'm gonna let you know, for me, that'll put me to sleep, but that's a good gift for other people. Other gifts that you can give, and this doesn't go out of style, guys. A basket, pastries. If a person drinks, you can find that out. If they do, a wine basket works. This stuff does not go out of style. It's great. You give people basket with gift stuff in there, nuts, chocolates, this kind of, it still works. It looks great. Make sure it's packaged nicely and beautiful. Believe me, it is a beautiful thing to give folks, and they're still appreciated. And there's so many things that's in those baskets, and you can just customize it, right? You can customize the stuff. You can put your business name on there, your business logo on there. You could put special customized messages on there. You could even put the people's name on it, and that's even more beautiful. So it, again, does not have to be over the top. It does not have to be extravagant, but people really do appreciate the stuff. And it shows that you appreciate them by giving it to them. Okay. So customization is really great. I really love that one because you can get a bottle of wine or something else or a basket just with the logo on there and a message. I mean, that is also very beautiful. People usually love that. That is totally awesome. Okay. So those are a few gift ideas. There are other things that, some people who are very, very crafty, they would just create gifts. They would, sew something, craft something. I know we have an employee on staff. I never forget. I think it was Audie. She just made all these beautiful notebooks and stuff like that, and everybody's name on them, and just decorate it and make it so beautiful. This kind of stuff. And if you are really good with that, that is also good. The company can create all that stuff. You can put logos on it. You can put people's name on it. Again, the employees. This is also a beautiful gift, guys. You don't have to do a whole lot, but again, the whole thought is what's super important. Okay, so that is my second point today: gift selection. Now keep in mind, you can give as much as you want. You can give no matter what it's worth. You can, but there is also some limitation we'll talk about on this in this third point when it comes to the business taking advantage of those gifts. All right, but just from giving it because you really do appreciate folks, you can definitely do that. But when you're giving to more than one person, when you give to a group of folks, you have to be very careful that you don't do too much for any one individual, and it's even across the board. All right. So we're talking about 3 steps to great holiday gift giving for business owners. Ms. Lerner Smith, thanks for jumping in here. Thanks for the hearts. Guys, hit like and share on this video. And this moves me into the third point today. So you are able to give as much as you want for gifts, but when it comes to a tax write-off, now a lot of businesses, first of all, because it's a business, you're always looking for business deduction. Again, like I said, they do these holiday parties and they do a lot of different things, picnics and what have you. Gifts, though, is limited. For a tax deduction, the IRS has this totally limited, and they only allow you, as far as a write-off is concerned, $25 per person. Now, $25 per person. So that means if you're giving gifts to 20 employees, that's $500. That's all the write-off. It doesn't matter what those things cost. The cost of the gift is $25. The only thing they don't put in there, if you got to ship it somewhere or you got to do some kind of engraving or personalization on that gift, that does not count. However, they only allow you to write $25 off now. And this has been this way forever. And I'm thinking, well, you know, that was cool, but $25 doesn't really do much these days. So that really should be doubled. However, that's the deduction, guys. That is still the deduction, a very old rule, but it hasn't changed. But again, the idea is you're giving it to show appreciation. What you write off is a whole nother story, but because you appreciate the folks that you're giving the gifts to, you can make it whatever you want, just so that you know, you can't just write off everything. I'm not going to give everybody, you know, $1,000 gift and expect to get it as a tax deduction, because that's not going to happen. However, you can still do that if you like, and if you can afford to do that. Okay. So, and I always encourage give as much as you can anyway, regardless of what it is that you can write off. So that's the third point. It's very limited as far as the tax deduction is concerned. Again, an old rule. It hasn't changed yet. So that's how we get to write off. All right. So those are my 3 points today. Again, 3 steps to great holiday gift giving for business owners. Like I said, it's going to be short and sweet. And this is the time of the year when we generally show appreciation to folks. And a lot of it comes by gift giving. It doesn't matter how small that item is. As long as you take the time out to show that you do appreciate someone, it really works and it really hit hard. Okay. So let's recap these 3 points, guys. Let's recap these 3 points. The first one is budgeting for gifts. This is awesome because this way it doesn't interfere with your monthly expenses. You know, as an individual, you guys, you know, I remember, you know, we used to have all these holiday gift, holiday gift pools at work, I should say, where there's money set aside. Everybody puts money in there. At the end of the year, you have money to shop with. A lot of people do it themselves. The businesses just need to put it in their budget, just like anything else is budgeted. Just set aside those monies, replenish it every year so you have the money there. It does not interfere with your normal course of business and your cash flow. This is serious and very important. Second point, appropriate gifts. Very important. You want to give something that is meaningful, you know, something maybe that another person won't necessarily buy for themselves. It can't be too personal because, you know, that doesn't work. We all know that. But giving certain gifts is very cool. Again, like I said, stuff that you don't normally do for yourself, tickets for shows and things like that, restaurants, stuff like that you don't normally do, go into a spa, doing things like that, subscription if you're a good reader for ebooks and things like that. That's beautiful. And I just always love those baskets. I never get enough of those little gifts in there. I pick on them all month long, you know, the nuts or the chocolate or whatever is in there. So gift basket is really cool. And again, if the person drinks, bottle of wine or whatever that is, also works very well. So if you're thinking about those gifts, just keep it very simple and keep it real appropriate. All right. So that's the second point. And last but not least, there's always have to be some little tax conversation in the whole thing, right? Because that's what we are, a tax company. However, tax obligations, you can only write off $25 per person on these gifts. No huge write-off you get. However, you can give $1,000 if you can afford to do that, or whatever that number is. Don't worry about the write-off, because that is not why you're giving the gift for the write-off. You're giving the gift because you're showing appreciation. Keep that in mind. And with that said, you can just give whatever you can afford to give, but this is all you get as a write-off. So don't be surprised when you come to do your taxes and be like, well, I already gave so much money. And I said, well, no, but this is all you can write off. You're not surprised because you already know. You already know. So what you gave is not important to you. That's what you wanted to give from your heart. And it is a given, it is an expression of your appreciation, right? So that comes to the end of those 3 points. All right, guys. So what are we talking about on Thursday? Thursday, look, hit like and share on this video, guys. On Thursday, we're going to talk about 3 tips to increase sales in your business. And this is a good time to talk about that, because we always say we want to finish the year strong. There is still some more days, there's weeks, there's these holidays. We talked about that. There's all kinds of special and savings and all this wonderful stuff you could put in place before the year is out so you can end strong, right? So let's discuss that on Thursday. And you guys come right back here at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Thursday afternoon. Again, don't forget to go to elainesdesk.com and get all that wonderful information there. We got a lot in store for you guys. Next year, we got so many wonderful things that we're going to put in place. that's coming up. And oh my God, it's gonna be so much stuff. You guys are gonna be truly excited. Courses, ebooks. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna be there. So I want you guys to go to lanes.com, get used to going there and looking for all that information that's there. If you guys, once again, need any consultation in whatever it is you're doing, personal, financial wise, tax wise, whatever you want to do some planning before the year's out, want to know what you should do before the year is out. If you need any of this stuff, make sure that you get on my calendar at probistax.com. Book yourself a free 15-minute consultation. Call the office at 323-290-9034. There's still a few weeks left. The last week of the year, we're going to be on vacation, Christmas vacation as well. So make sure that you get in there now if you want to get some planning done before the year's out. Hi, Angela Page. Thanks for jumping in. All right. Glenn Sampson, hello. Thanks for jumping in here, Mr. Glenn Sampson. He says nice, great pointers. Norton Smith, where is the next business mixer? When is the next business mixer? Okay, the next business mixer is scheduled for the last week in January. We just had a conversation this week, so I had to think about it. The last week in January, we're going to have the next business mixer. This is going to be very exciting. It's going to be great. It's going to be, I think we're doing a workshop. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a workshop. Look, it's going to be fun. I want to make sure that it's all out there. We're going to do a beautiful workshop. Everyone's going to learn how to do a lot of stuff. I'm going to tell you guys not what you need to do, but how you need to do it. So this is going to be great. So look forward to that stuff. All right. So I think that's it. So with that said, I want to see you guys back here on Thursday. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you hit like and share on this video so everyone can get this information. All right. So I think that's it. I think I got everyone on there. All right, you guys. So have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday afternoon. I'm always getting these days mixed up. Wonderful rest of your Tuesday afternoon. It's beautiful sunny day out here in California, and have a great. What am I missing? Oh, okay. She got my ending. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything today. With that said, take care of each other and take care of yourself. I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. See, keep getting these days mixed up. Thanks. Bye-bye.